All right, Shalom. First off, we want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
by Hashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
by Harakak Wadash.
Ba'Hakakodash.
All right. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and honors and salutations to you brothers that's preaching this word in sincerity and faith and in truth and in diligence, and to you sincere listeners and followers thereof, Shalom unto you as well. Yeah, so this is the brother Yara Yala.
This Shamar.
We just wanted to bring out this article Jake came across, all right, and hit it with some precepts, okay? This pretty much the spirit that Esau is pressing out, all right, and yeah, you brothers will see us where you could judge by the title, all right, and you'll see more as we read along the article. So this is on blacklistednews.com. It says the American Psychological Association issues new guidelines that say traditional masculinity can hurt boys. All right. It says you got a Edomite homo fucking Edomite devil, a homo and fucking training pretty much. So it says, should we be teaching young boys to reject traditional masculinity? According to the American Psychological Association, that is precisely what we should be doing. In this day and age, traditional masculinity has been renamed toxic masculinity. In an all-out attempt is being made to eradicate traditional forms of male behavior from our society.
Basically, they want your children to be sodomites.
Yep.
If you don't want them to be a masculine, which is you only could be masculine if you're a male. What are you saying? Because do the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Was to be effeminate, be a woman.
Yeah.
Be a sodomite, pretty much, because that's the only thing that's going to come out of being that way. You be a sodomite or tranny or whatever else comes with it, which is nothing but wickedness.
That's right.
That's what they've been pushing since the year that started. Before the year that started, you got the little kid that's been on the news. They saying he's somebody that the other kids should idol to look up to. The little 10-year-old sick thing. All right. And that's basically, that goes right into like what they bringing out with the article, telling kids to not be masculine. It's going to be more kids that are just like that 10-year-old kid getting dollar bills thrown at them by fucking sodomites in this club.
Yeah, or worse,
Yeah. And that's Esau's agenda. He wants all the children to be like that, man. He wants all the kids to be sodomites, trannies, all right? And not be a real man.
Mm-hmm. Because this brother took a growth and development class, and they pretty much teach you. Well, you can bring it out.
They pretty much teach you that when you're a child, that's when you're the most influential, and you soak up everything you learn. That's going to affect you for the rest of your life at those beginning stages.
Yeah.
That's why those years are the most crucial years in a child's life is those first 5 years of a child, because everything that you learn in those first 5 years, like up to 7. That's going to basically be that's going to pretty much be the way you're going to live your life the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like whatever you were eating when you grew up, the stuff that you ate when you were like a little kid and everything, more than likely that was the same foods you ate as you got older, because you were accustomed to eating those things or having those things.
Just like a lot of the foods that Jake eat today, the pig or slop, pretty much. That's all slave food. Mm-hmm. That's traditional food of you being in your captivity, in which our people can carry on and pass on to this very day. Just adding on to what you were saying. I got a quick precept. This is because Esau knows this, man. He knows the scriptures. That's why he's getting them while they're young. Okay, mm-hmm. This is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, and that's why it's all about targeting the children, because just like the scriptures say, the things you're training up a child in, he's not going to depart from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of things that factor into that, as well as these schools that you send your children off to, mm-hmm. the things you have them watching on TV, their environments they grow up in, the foods they eating. Esau knows that all these different things impact their mental, all right, how they think, how they react, how they carry themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Esau, he's targeting the kids so heavy. All right, that's why the article has a baby on there.
Yeah,
a baby doesn't even know what being masculine and everything is. It doesn't have that kind of concept. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm gonna be manly or masculine when you like 2 or 3 or 4. No, you just living a regular life. Yet Esau, he wants to strive to take that away, that whole concept away from you, before you even understand what that concept is as a child.
Yeah.
Because he wants you to do what? He knows that, like, just like the scripture says, he knows that if he trains you at a younger age, you're not going to stop the same things you've been taught growing up, pretty much.
Yep.
You're going to continue those things. That's why he's all about pushing this on the children, because if they already like that at a younger age and influence, they're easily influenced, these kids, at a young age. That's why it's all about getting the young kids. Because the adults, hey, they go with anything, you know, these days. Yet the kids, that's the so-called next generation, and that's what he wants to control.
That's how you got Salakia. That's how you got Generation Z. He's been working on the generations from generation to generation up to this point. We see Generation Z is pretty much completely where Esau wants these people to be. Chiefly our people, you know, the Israelites. You know, 'cause that's what it's all about. Going back to Jacob and Esau, okay. You know, one shall be stronger than the other. All right, one shall be more masculine than the other, because Esau is a effeminate bitch, all right, bitch ass E, you know, and he wants to project that same spirit upon the whole world, chiefly the Israelites. You know, I continue on into the article. It says, we see this happening in our classrooms. We see this happening in popular culture, and lately this new agenda is being constantly pushed by the mainstream media. For example, the New York Times just published a piece about the new guidelines for men that the American Psychological Association recently issued. The article was entitled Traditional Masculinity Can Hurt Boys, Say New APA Guidelines, and it suggests that we need to totally redefine what it means to be a man.
And that's just bugged out in itself, you know.
Redefine.
Redefine. So what's wrong with the way that a man is now? You know,
which is naturally too.
Exactly. So he wants you to be he wants you to be opposite of what you were born to be naturally as a man. You know, a man has testosterone in him, and a man has you having testosterone in you. Of course you're gonna
carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah, you're gonna carry yourself a certain way. Like when you were a kid, you was all, you know, play fighting and shit. You know, somebody pick on you, you gonna fight them. All right, doing things a natural kid would do. But Esau, he wants to change the whole concept of being a man, which is basically being a sodomite. That's gonna be the new concept.
Yeah, you have women. You know what I mean? You young Jake, you got women admiring you, liking you, writing you little notes. You so-called Esau condemned that and say, oh, you're a player. You know, you're pretty much you're a demon for polygamy. All right, for having more than one woman, you're a so-called cheater. You're a womanizer. You know, it all goes into what, attacking the men ultimately.
Yeah, you don't say nothing about redefining what a woman is or going into how these sluts are.
Well, it's gonna go into it's gonna touch the women as well. Yeah, it's gonna touch it from how the woman is being exalted over the man.
It's just they're not gonna change anything for the women. It's just they're cool how they are basically. And then they basically want to push the theme that you need to accept women being over you pretty much. Yeah. By you saying that you want to reshape the concept of a man, that's really what you're saying in a roundabout way. Yep. You want men to accept that a woman should be over them. And that's really the spirit that Esau's in, because he's a demon.
Yep. This Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah, and this is actually an evil thing. Yep. All right, you want to push this on the children. That's why it's all about pushing it on the children. All right, because it's actually an evil thing, man. Nobody ever mentioned this for ages. All right, as long as America been going on, any other society, nobody's ever said nothing like this yet. Until this day, when they pushing all manner of wickedness, all right, you could be classified as a gender X. You know, whatever the fuck you want to classify yourself as. You could be asexual, pansexual, all this other madness that's out there. Yep. That's why he's saying this now, out of all times. Because now we're in that age and time to where everybody's anything goes. Yep, pretty much.
Everybody's open to wickedness.
Yeah, the floodgates is open for wickedness, man. That's why the scriptures say the hurtful works are fulfilled, man. Wickedness has polluted the whole earth, man.
Yep, the morale of these people are totally low to where they'll just accept anything. And you see, Esau did it incrementally.
Yeah.
You know, during the time, I believe with the late 60s, early 70s, you know, the women's independence, it all came through the so-called white woman. Mm-hmm. And then the so-called black woman wrote that, you know, all right, to what? To leading to, because really leading to Jake, even when Jake, okay, protesting for so-called rights in the society, now what they started protesting for, all right, faggot rights.
That's really what that was all.
That was all exactly. It was a gateway. It was all a agenda. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about you niggas. It damn sure wasn't about you bitches, man. It was about the whole conquering and tackling and destroying the whole morale of you people. You know.
Yep.
It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness."
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. Like I had mentioned earlier, that 10-year-old kid, that's basically how they want all these kids to be. If you know that everybody know about it, that 10-year-old kid that was on Good Morning America, all right, that's a cross dresser. He already out there modeling and everything. He around grown ass men that's naked, and nobody's in an uproar saying nothing about this. They're totally fine with it. And that's how you know that the morals of America are at an all-time low. Because you allow anything to happen to your children, that's like you have no care whatsoever at that point if you allow anything to happen to your kids. And that's where society is, man. Nobody, here it is, they'll get on you for like you said, being a womanizer,
being a man,
so-called, like they title it a homophobic,
yeah,
all these other things. Yet there's nothing wrong with them in their mind with all type of sickness that goes on in America. All those things are cool, yet when you stand up for righteousness, that's really when it's an issue.
Yep. When you being a man.
That's what being a man is.
Straight up.
Standing up for something.
Yep.
And standing up for righteousness.
That's right. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because this is, if you look into the word America, it basically means bitterness, you know. Mm-hmm. In this place, according to Revelation 11 and 8, this is known spiritually as well, Sodom and Egypt. Yep. Sodom for what? For sodomy. All the stuff that we're going into that Esau is attempting to really turn all men into, really the Israelite man. All right, because you Esau, you're naturally a violent homosexual. Really, you want everybody to be like you. All right. And this is a bitter captivity, just like Egypt was known for that, man. That's why we eat the bitter herbs, all right, during the Pesach, to remember our bitter captivity, which we're in today, you know, in which we're about to be delivered from, man. Okay, and it's gonna be the greatest deliverance and destruction ever to take place. Going back into this being spiritually Sodom, how did Sodom and Gomorrah go out? By fire and brimstone, just how this place is about to go out, man. Through thermonuclear fire, man, which is well deserved. I got you have something?
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, I got one more precept, and we can hop back into the article. Okay, this is Isaiah. Okay, seeing that this is spiritually Egypt, Isaiah. All right, 19 and 14. The Lord Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yep, and that perverse spirit is already mingled out here, man.
Yep.
All right, that's why you got all type of perverseness going on in America, and it's at an all-time high. You know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you wasn't seeing all this shit on the news. It wasn't pushed out there. All right, attacking the children, one year kids that actually trying to have tranny book reading time for kids. Why is it such a big deal to try to push it? It's one thing when they said to tolerate it. Now they're totally forcing it upon you.
Yeah, accepting Satanism, you know, or you don't have to believe in a God. Really, you don't have to have no morals. Yeah. It's all out of attack, you know. All right, and that has caused this place to err in every work thereof, man. This place has totally erred, and that's why this place is gonna be totally destroyed, man. Okay, that's why according to Micah. Well, matter of fact, can you bring that out, Baba Kashaw? Micah 2 and 10. You know? That's why you don't supposed to be in the mind frame or the spirit of this wicked ass place, man. All right? In which Esau wants you to do, according to this article. And Lord, what we're gonna Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna read a little bit more into it. You know, Jake can hold that. Baba Shaw. You know, this is what Esau wants.
He already having it. He's just letting you know before.
Yeah. This how I want it. Yeah, this how I want it. I got it exactly how I want it. Really, he's flaunting it.
Yeah, just throw it in your face.
Mm-hmm. It says the guidelines 10. It says the well, I'll start from the art. Their article was entitled "Traditional Masculinity Can Hurt Boys," say new APA guidelines, and it suggests that we need to totally redefine what it means to be a man. The guidelines 10 in all posit that males who are socialized to conform to traditional masculinity ideology are often negatively affected in terms of mental and physical health. They acknowledge that ideas about masculinity vary across cultures, age groups, and ethnicities, but they point to common themes like femininity, achievement, eschewal of the appearance of weakness, and adventure, risk, and violence. You know, it says, in other words, they want men to become weak, feminine underachievers that never take risks and never go on adventures.
You see how you keep hearing the word feminine? It's all about being basically a woman.
Yeah, being faithless when you effeminate.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like you ultimately a woman. Yeah.
Because they're weak. All right. They don't have faith in nothing. They just go with the flow. They're all about wickedness. All right. They don't fight back. They just like all about just trying to survive. All right. He just wants you to have ultimately a spirit of a woman on you.
Yeah.
He want to cause nothing but utter confusion, because you're a man, so you're supposed to have a different spirit than a woman and carry yourself differently than a woman. Yeah, he's telling you to be exactly like a woman.
Yep.
Like, you keep hearing the word feminine. All right, he don't want you to be masculine. He's saying toxic masculinity. Hey man, he basically wants you to have the spirit. Basically, be like I said. If you have the spirit of a woman on you, what are you going to end up doing anyway? You're going to end up becoming a tranny.
Yeah, you're gonna, because this place is all about woman worshiping.
Yeah.
So really, you're gonna worship the woman so much to what hey man, to chopping off your rod. All right, getting all these wicked ass surgeries and whatever, implants and hormonal genes.
They're doing, and that's like I seen a documentary on that. Going into that, basically, you know, like, just because it ties into the article that you're going into.
Yeah,
like the documentary I seen, it was showing that the children are like pretty much, it's at a higher rate now that children are trying to be trannies, pretty much like around 8, not even 10 years old. You're like 8, 6, 5. You already a kid doesn't even know right from wrong, yet you know that you want to be a goddamn woman, or you want to be a boy or a girl. Like, that's Esau's all for it. He'll give them the testosterone, like stuff to stop their testosterone from coming in, so you don't hit puberty. He'll give females testosterone so they can grow beards and shit. Like, he's all about pushing this on the kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
All about, and doing those things is literally destroying you. When you want to do that literally destroys your body. It fucks you up for your rest of your life. Yet the so-called white man, he's all about doing that.
It makes it looks cool, so-called, you know. Oh yeah, so like
they call that. No, I was just gonna say that's what the title, the so-called terminology they use for that is called gender dysphoria. When you're born one gender and then you feel like you're supposed to be another gender.
Yep.
And that's confusion.
Nothing but confusion.
And this is what they're teaching the kids out there, though, to accept that, like, you can feel this way, and they want to push you, steer you in that direction even more, instead of trying to take you away from that. Like, no, you going off. You got a demon on you, or beat that demon out your kid.
Yep. Matter of fact, you can bring that out, Micah, you know, through the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hop in and hit the precept, hop back into the article.
This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
That's right. We're supposed to depart what? Spiritually. You hey man, cause what? You being in the spirit of this world, you're gonna be open into the demons of this world, ultimately unto the spirit, that perverse and crooked spirit that the Lord has mingled out here, the spirit of Esau, really, spirit of Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
because Satan controls this world.
Yep,
he's the ruler of this world. So really, he wants you to just bow down to him completely. You know, follow his ways. If you don't do that, then you're a demon. That's how the so-called white man likes to deem it. If you don't want to, if you're not what I'm pushing, I'm gonna flip it on you and make you look like the demon.
Yeah, now you're the homophobe.
Yeah,
you're a misogynist,
womanizer. You all
these so-called these. It's negative in the eyes of Esau because he's a fucking faggot. All right, he's a violent homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction."
And you see how it's destroying everybody in this world, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're destroying it all the way from the adults to the children. Everybody's being destroyed, man.
Yep.
Now society's gotten to the point to where you can classify yourself as X instead of saying you male or female. Like that's how lost the society is.
Yeah. STDs is in the all-time high.
Yep. There's new type of actual STDs out there that's not even pushed on the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Super
uncurable.
Uncurable because you got all these antibiotics and stuff they giving these people, and then they still go out there having sex and spreading more stuff.
Exactly how Esau wanted to go.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna hop back into the article. It says, and to a significant degree, the elite have already made quite a bit of progress in removing traditional masculinity from our society. Mm-hmm. Today, millions upon millions of American men feel lost, defeated, and beaten down. Yep. And that's exactly what Esau, are you a womanizer, or are you this, you that?
You make you feel like you're wicked for being a man.
And it completely beats you down. The woman gets first hired, you know. You
gotta do all, like, if you want to get a woman in this society, you gotta be okay with sodomites, or you gotta be effeminate your damn self. Because most of these women deal with, they deal with dudes who are effeminate. Basically, like the article is going into, these women these days, they're a real man in their eyes is a sodomite.
Yep. And this society is geared towards what, beating down the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, the Israelite man, to the point where you're just acceptive and you're just defeated.
Yeah.
Where did it say? Today, millions upon millions of American men feel lost, all right, defeated, and beaten down. Mm-hmm. You know. That's why the scriptures, it goes into Genesis, the 49th chapter, man. You know, Judah is as a couch lion because Judah is the head tribe. You see, starting with which Judah is the so-called Negroes, okay? Starting with the so-called Negroes to the Latinos and Native Americans, so-called, all right? They're totally what? They're lost because they don't have the truth. They're defeated and beaten down. They're as couch lions, man. They're totally they're just totally conquered, man. You know? All right? They're conquered and compromised. All right? And that's exactly where Esau wants our people to be. You know? It says, and even the APA's official article about these new guidelines acknowledges that we have a very real crisis on our hands. It says, but something is amiss for men as well. Men commit 90% of homicides in the United States and represent 77% of homicide victims. There are a demographic group most at risk of being victimized by violent crime. Yeah, and Esau has pressed it out upon our people. You know, putting gangster nigga culture, all right, putting guns, drugs in the community, capitalizing off the curses of us, man. And according to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, our eye will be evil towards our brother. Esau capitalized off this, man. He made so much money you can't even count, man. All right? And he caused us to further destroy ourselves, man. Okay? It says they are 3.5 times more likely than women to die by suicide, and their life expectancy is 4.9 years shorter than women's. Boys are far more likely to be diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder than girls, and they face harsher punishments in school, especially boys of color. Who is that talking about?
Israelites.
Exactly. Esau is letting it be known, man, because this is an all-out war on the Israelite man.
Yep.
You know, and he's using the Israelite woman, the so-called black woman, starting with her. You know. To the so-called Latino woman, to the so-called Native American woman, to what? To press out this vibration. Mm-hmm. You know, because he understands.
Ones with the kids.
He understand according if you conquer if you conquer our woman, you conquer our nation.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna hop into a precept. You know, Jake's jumping back and forth to the spirit. Esau's Esau's telling you what he's doing, what it is. He's telling you what it is in a roundabout way, man. This is Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Esau being a child, man. Okay, because a child, he symbolized what? He don't take responsibility for nothing. He's always pointing the finger. Hey man, Esau is just a careless, demonic ass child. That's why in this article you got what? An Edomite child. That's Esau. You know, that's spiritual too. It says, and women rule over them. And that's what Esau had, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, being Esau. And what has he done with that power? Empowered the woman, chiefly the Israelite woman. You know, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Because the way of our paths is what? Being a man. You know, being an Israelite man. Okay, our own. We have our own customs. Okay. Yet, this society, Esau, utilizing his witchcraft, the woman, okay, he has destroyed the old ways, all right, our old ways, man, our actual heritage, man.
He says the old ways are wicked.
Yeah, that's what this article is saying.
Yeah. He says it's toxic, but being a sodomite and all these other things, that's not toxic. That's good for you. That just show you how much of a demon he is, because you can actually go to the CDC, look at the statistics. I done did it before, and the highest rate of all these STDs and shit that be out there is with the women and sodomites, because these women, they deal with sodomites. Yeah,
this women deal with anything, man. That's where a lot of the pansexuals lie. These wicked ass so-called women. You know, I'm gonna hop back into the article. It says, but instead of embracing masculinity, the solution that the American Psychological Association is pushing is to try to eradicate it altogether. They openly admit that they are trying to change the culture, and they argue that traditional masculinity have been hindering our society by conferring benefits to men and by trapping them in narrow roles. Clinicians must be aware of the dominant masculine ideals and cognizant of their own potential biases. Second, they must recognize the integrated nature of masculinity and how factors ranging from spirituality, to ability, status, to age, and ethnicity interact. Mental health professionals must also understand how power, privilege, and sexism work, both by conferring benefits to men and by trapping them in narrow roles. You see, so Esau is acknowledging, okay, that if you attack the spirituality, all right, the age ranges and the ethnicity, ultimately, man, the Israelites, okay, you know, let me continue on. The underlying message is that if you wish to embrace traditional masculinity, you are a bad person. And we see this message reinforced in popular culture all the time. For instance, in literal hundreds of television shows and movies, fathers are portrayed as bumbling dolts that are always getting into some sort of trouble. Meanwhile, their wives are portrayed as the smart, capable, responsible ones. Yep. Esau's witchcraft, his shows, his movies. Because really, what has he done? Like I said, with his power, he has empowered the woman. Let me bring this out real fast. You know, you can break it down. Huh? This is Jeremiah. This is all prophecy, man. This is Jeremiah 31:22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thy backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Yeah, the woman is over the man, and you see how that affects the whole world when that happens. All right, by looking at America itself. Mm-hmm. When you allow the woman to be over the man, look at America. This is what happens. Yep. All right, morality is at an all-time low. All right, all type of perverseness is acceptable in society. It's nothing but just straight confusion, like you see in America.
Yep.
All right, that's why these other countries in the Middle East, they don't want America over there, because they see how that affects the society, how that affects everything. The children don't know. And
it's complete disorder. Because how did the Lord set the order? Okay, you know, the really Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai being the head. You know, then the man over the woman. Complete order. In which
the woman is a weaker vessel.
Yeah,
she can't. She don't know how to battle Satan. How to know when Satan's messing with her.
It's beautiful. Came out of kept.
She doesn't know what the hell's going on, man. These women, they don't even know what the fuck's going on in the news. They don't know right from wrong. Their right from wrong is based off the so-called white man's definition of right and wrong, and you know that's totally opposite, contrary to the scriptures, man.
Yep. This is Job 39:17. Because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have He imparted to her understanding.
There you go. She doesn't understand.
She's a reprobate.
Nothing. Exactly. Literally a reprobate, man.
Yep.
You can sit there and tell her right from wrong, and then this bitch gonna forget and still do the complete opposite of what you tell her.
What did Eve do? She hearkened unto the serpent.
And she was already told right from wrong what not to do, and she chose to do otherwise just because it sounded good.
Yep.
That's how a woman is, man. She'll do something just because it sounds interesting. They do shit just for the thrill.
Yep.
Just because it's something new, it's exciting. They just gonna try it out or do it. They don't care how it affect them or what's the repercussions.
Yep.
They don't even think that far ahead. They just jump the gun and just do it.
That's right. Yep. I'm gonna jump back into the article. All right. It says, for instance, in literal hundreds of television shows and movies, fathers are portrayed as bumbling dolts that are always getting into some sort of trouble. Meanwhile, their wives are portrayed as the smart, capable, responsible ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Esau just totally flipped the narrative, you know, with his wicked ass media, okay, which is witchcraft. All right, and why is the man always in trouble? Because it's an all-out attack on the men. All right.
That's how it always be in there. Like you said in the article, in these movies, these comedy movies, the father is always the dumb dude, or in TV shows.
Yeah.
The mother always handle all the bills. She make the smart decisions.
Yeah.
The father, he fucking up. He blowing money on dumb shit. When it's really complete opposite. The woman actually does all that.
Yep. That's right.
But the so-called white man, he uses that's all witchcraft. He uses that to put that idea in your mind that the woman she's more smarter or just more responsible than the man, when that's nowhere close to being true.
Yep. To further worship the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And this place has a heavy Queen of Heaven worship spirit here. Okay. Hey, well, this place is known as the whore, the harlot. Okay, you got the Statue of Liberty, which is a woman.
I actually seen an apostle go and did a video on there. I think it was actually a man.
Oh my gosh!
It did.
which is not far fetched.
Yeah, that basically it's like, you know, some dark shit basically.
Yeah,
some tranny shit.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's the shit that Esau is into though. It says, or if there is a bad guy in a television show or movie, there is a more than 95% chance that it is going to be a man. At the same time, there is a concerted effort by Hollywood, okay? And when you look into Hollywood, I believe it means like I think Hollow's wood.
Yeah.
It's pretty much witchcraft, man. Mm-hmm. That's what all happens, and all out darkness happens in Hollywood. Entertainment.
That's why they call it Hollywood.
Yeah. You know, it's a lot of dark shit that happens behind the scenes in which Esau, it really he wants you people to conform to. It says to portray women as executives, leaders, and achievers, which we just read in Jeremiah 31:22. Mm-hmm. A woman shall compass a man. Okay, They say that art imitates life, but in this case, life is imitating art.
Yep.
At this point, females are greatly outperforming males at every level of education. A fucking reprobate, the weaker vessel.
That's all. That's because they're all about the world.
Yep.
As far as that goes, so of course they're going to overachieve that because men don't give a fuck about school and shit because that's bullshit.
And really because they they lover, the so-called white man Esau, the devil, backing them up, empowering them, cheering them on, looking out for them. Because really, you're still dependent upon a man. You're just dependent upon the wicked man Esau.
The white man.
Yeah, the so-called white man. You know. You dumb bitches. That's why judgment is befalling you hoes too, man. All right? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American women. And then all you wicked-ass women, man. You devil-ass Edomite, Sheedomite bitches. You other heathen nation. Hey, man, you women in general. The Lord is totally defeating, destroying, conquering, and attacking, all right? That queen of heaven spirit, man. It says girls outperform boys in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and college and graduate school, says Dr. Michael Thompson, a school psychologist who writes about the academic problems of boys in his book, Raising Cain. He says that after decades of special attention, girls are soaring while boys are stagnating. Like you were saying, like Jake ain't into Esau's way. Because really, you're just being indoctrinated about what Esau wants you to learn, how he wants you to be a man, how he wants you to perform, you know. All right, really to conform to his ways.
Yep.
It says girls are being told, "Go for it, you can do it. Go for it, you can do it." They are getting an immense amount of support. He says boys hear that the way to shine is athletically. And boys get a lot of mixed messages about what it means to be masculine and what it means to be a student. Does being a good student make you a real man? I don't think so. It is not cool. You know? Because really, what is being a real man? Let's go to it in the scriptures, man. That's why Esau want to take away the spirituality. He really wants to take away, he want to take you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you Israelites, away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, away from your true ways. Let's see what King David told his son, King Solomon. What is being a man? You know, how do you show yourself a man? All right, I'm gonna start right at the top. 1 Kings 2:1. It said, "Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying," pretty much, man, he's like, "Hey, man, do this, okay? I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore. You're not weak." Because when we're going to the article, it says to make man weak, effeminate, and show thyself a man. Because what Esau is attempting to redefine the definition of a man. Let's see what is the definition of a man, and really a man of the Lord, an Israelite man. All right. "And keep the charge of the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself." You see? That's how you be a man. All right? That's how you be a man. That's how you be an Israelite man, chiefly a man of the Lord. All right, you know, by standing for righteousness, man. Okay, not being accepting to the things of this world, man, to all this wickedness that Esau is spewing out, man. By really condemning it, you know.
Yeah.
All right, condemning sodomy, condemning adultery, condemning witchcraft, condemning rebellion, condemning wickedness, man. All right.
But like it was going into in the article, when you do all that, the average man, when they do all that, you get beaten down in society because everybody looks down upon you, try to make you feel like you're wrong for the way you feel.
Yep.
They make you try to seem like you're bugged out.
Like
you wanting to go the other way, contrary to everybody else in the society.
Make you feel powerless. You know. Well, hey, man, the Lord has given us the spirit of confidence, boldness, the spirit of a real man. Okay. You know. the spirit to condemn and overcome this place, man. Okay. Finishing off the article. All right. Hop back into her. Yep. It says, and women have earned at least 57% of all bachelor degrees in this country for 18 years in a row. Women earned approximately 57 of the bachelor degrees awarded by U.S. Institutions of higher education in the 2016-2017 academic year, according to the data released this week by the National Center for Education Statistics, which is part of the U.S. Department of Education. That, according to NCES data, makes 2016-28 to 2017 the 18th straight academic year in which women have earned approximately 57% of the bachelor degrees awarded by U.S. colleges and universities. Clearly, we have a huge problem. But according to the American Psychological Association, it is a bad thing for young boys to put an emphasis on achievement. Of course, the truth is that masculinity is not toxic at all. That's the truth, all right? Just like femininity, masculinity should be embraced and celebrated. Yeah, man. Hey, it's a blessing, all right? It's a beautiful thing to be a man, let alone an Israelite man, all right? You know? To be the greater vessel, you know? But instead, the elite are spreading very toxic ideas that are deeply dividing the American people. I really like, it says, I really like how author Heather McDonald made this point. America is in crisis from the university to the workplace. Toxic ideas first spread by higher education have undermined humanistic values, fueled intolerance, and widened divisions in our larger culture. Chaucer, Shakespeare, and Milton, oppressive American history, tyranny, professors correcting grammar and spelling, or employers hiring by merit, racist and sexist. Students emerge into the working world believing that human beings are defined by their skin color, gender, and sexual preference, and that oppression based on these characteristics is the American experience. Speech that challenges these campus orthodoxies is silenced with brute force, all out of attack on the man. Okay, you know, this is all Esau doing, man, because he's a violent homosexual. He's a female himself. Okay. All right, let me close out on the article. It says the American people are more deeply divided than ever before, and it is difficult to imagine such a deeply divided nation having any sort of a positive future. Have caused, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and it has caused Egypt to err. This place is totally destroyed. It's done. And this article is going into there is no future. The future for this place is destruction. You know, we have got to learn how to love one another, and it would greatly help if we could rediscover the shared values that once made this country so great. This country was never great, man. That's that Trump talk, man. This place through. All right. Unfortunately, the politically correct crowd is becoming more dominant with each passing year, and they are absolutely obsessed with permanently altering our culture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the elder brother Yahweh always goes into. Here it is. Esau had utilized his the power over this earth that he has been given by the Heavenly Father, which he ruled by the sword, and his deception. You conquer. You did all this rape, robbery, and murder. All this so-called conquering. For what? For everybody to be a damn sodomite. You know, a transdish, a robot. To be freaks, man, weirdos, and really just, man, abominations, man. Did all this work for this, you know? Yet the Lord is about to destroy all this, man. And this is what Esau wants our people, chiefly the Israelites, to conform to, man. He wants to redefine the definition of being a man by being a sodomite, Edomite. All right. We can go ahead and close out with this unless you had anything else. Close out with this precept, man. In the book of Romans, chapter 12, man. Straight to the point. This is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world.
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to be conformed to this world, because look what it's conforming to.
Yep.
Nothing but wickedness.
Nothing but.
If you conform to this world, that just means you might as well just take the chip. You're gonna be a tranny.
What are they gonna do?
Be a cyborg. All this other madness that Esau wants you to do is like, that's really, it's just all the floodgates is open for whatever you want to do at this point. All right, you can marry a tree, marry a car. You can say I want to be an animal. You could get implants in your fucking skin for horns or some weird shit. Like, Esau allows you to do all this though. Good. This is what the so-called white man allows you to do. All right, he's living in his society. This is what he allows, man. Conforming to this world. That's what you're opening yourself up to.
Yep.
Spirits like that, to where you're just going to be giving into stuff like that. Okay. That's why it says to not conform to this world, man. All right, because this world is wicked. It's satanic.
Yep.
Satan's actually ruling this world, and you can clearly see that. A spiritual person can clearly see that, I should say.
Okay. That's right. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
And we prove that through the scriptures, man.
Good.
That's how we know what is right from wrong, and what's the good will of the Heavenly Father, man.
That's how we know the measurement and the standard of being of showing yourself to be an actual man. Mm-hmm. Chiefly the Israelite men.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's what it is, man. Esau is pretty much telling you that he's attacking, okay, in so many words, the Israelite man, which he's always been doing for decades.
Yeah.
To what we have here, Generation Zers. You know what I mean? So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans totally destroyed, conquered, defeated. Hey, man, compromised and conformed. And hey, man, all this is going to be destroyed, man. Along with those of our people who has joined unto the ideology of this man's society. We are in the year of Charagma, and you Jakes that's conformed. Guess what? You're gonna conform and take the chip, because that's what it's all leading up to. And once you do that, man, your fate is definitely sealed, man. You're gonna be destroyed. Shit, you already destroyed, man. All right. Because your spirit is geared to this place. Micah 2:10, which we brought out, man. Your spirit is totally defiled, polluted, and destroyed, man. It's only gonna manifest into your physical destruction, along with the rest of the society. All right. So hopefully this lesson was edifying to you brothers, man. You see what Esau up to, man. Nothing but wickedness. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close out once again. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to our apostle and elders, great millstone, and honors and salutations, and to you sincere Akianis preaching this word in sincerity and truth, and to you true followers and believers thereof, man. Hey, death to America, all right? Shalom.
Shalom.